So this will be a short video in which I will simply show you a proof of my income. I'm not just saying that I made over $10,000. I will prove to you that I really did. And as you can see here, this is my income. This is my income for the last year, a little bit more than a year, from December 2014 until the end of February this year, 2016. So, as you can see, in the beginning, I started with just a few euro per month. My currency is in euros, so 10,400 euros is almost $12,000. So, as you can see, in the beginning, I had very little earnings, and it started growing really slow, but it did grow a bit until in December 2015 I made 1,150 euros, which is probably about $1,300. As you can see from the nice curves here on this graph, everything was strictly organic. There are no unusual spikes, and if I break it down by days, from this option here, you can see nice curves. Everything is smooth as much as it can be, and I'm simply saying this because I want to make you believe that there is no shady stuff here. There is no so-called black hat SEO. Everything is strictly organic. I didn't use any shady techniques in order to achieve all this, and I will teach you exactly what you have to do to do the same. As you can see down here, most of my websites aren't generating that much income, but the truth here is in their number. Now, I do have two websites here that generated most of my income, and these two sites are the first two websites that I created using this method. So I will just show you one example of these small websites. So for example, this one, I published this website in the beginning of June. As you can see here, I had just a few visits, and just a few visits. This continued for about 6 months. 6 months I had nothing on this website, and then the past 2-3 months it started growing, and as you can see, it keeps growing and growing. And if I even extend the calendar here up to the today's date, you'll see that it's still growing. There, it's still growing. It started to make some stable income, even if it's just 1, 2 or 3 euro per day. It's important that it's making it. And just imagine that you have 10 websites like this. You have 10 websites, each of them makes 1, 2, 3, 4 euro per day. That's 10 to 20, 30, 40 euro per day. Imagine that you have 20 websites like this. The important thing here is that you shouldn't rely on one simple website. You should make several different websites with all the keywords that you can find. There is a famous quote that says, "Don't keep all your eggs in one basket." And this is the same here, because as your website keeps growing and gets a lot of traffic and so on, one day it may stop getting traffic, and I will show you an example of this as well. Let me go back here. Alright, my second website that made a lot of income, it, as you can see, lost a lot of its traffic, and if I was relying only on this website, I would have nothing now. It was making a nice income during the whole year, but then something just happened, and these things simply happen sometimes. So this is the point here: don't keep all your eggs in one basket. As you can see, I have about 10 websites that are making nice income, and most of these websites, at least 6 of them, I published them 6 months ago, and they're just started making some income. Like this one, for example, this is another similar website. As you can see, again, I released it in June, in the early June, and it started making some worthy income by the end of the year. Now, it doesn't always take this much time for a website to start making something, and you can see that from my first website here. I released it somewhere around here in January, and 1 month later it started making money. So sometimes it takes a lot of time, sometimes it doesn't, but the important thing here is that eventually you start making money, and even if you don't make a big profit, you at least earn back the money that you gave in order to start doing this. That is the costs for your web hosting, the costs for your domain, and the cost of the few hours you spent setting your website. So even if you don't make some money out of this, you will break even, at least. I promise you, every single website that I created so far did at least that. Another example here with this website, for example, I released it with all the other websites in the early June, and as you can see, it didn't really have anything 2 months later, and then it started growing slowly, very slowly, very slowly. As you can see, it's very slowly raising, and it's still growing. All of these websites, all of them that are in my top 15, all of them are ranking in the top 5 for their respective keywords, and I will show you exactly the method I'm using in order to achieve this. As you can see, I will repeat this again, sometimes it may take a lot of time, sometimes it doesn't, but the key point here is that all you have to do is find keywords, make websites, move on to the next website, create backlinks, and sooner or later they will start making money. This is passive income. For all this income, I spent no more than 50 hours of work total throughout the whole year. 50 hours of work, and I made $12,000. Now, if you divide $12,000 to 50 hours, that's $240 per hour. Imagine that. I got paid $240 per hour for 50 hours of work. That's just amazing. Imagine what you can do if you have 10 websites, 100 websites even. Now, of course, the hardest thing here is to find the keywords that can achieve this. I will show you how I assess my keywords and decide if they are worthy or not, if I should pick them or not. I will also show you exactly how I set up my websites for the highest click-through rate possible. I will show you what theme I'm using for my website in order to get the high click-through rates that I'm getting. I get about, on average, 9-10% click-through rates. I will show you exactly how to set up it, even if you don't have any technical knowledge at all. It's very simple, very easy. I will show you how you can work with the AdSense analytics right here, which statistics are important for you, which are not. I will show you exactly how you can work with the Google Analytics, so you can track your traffic, where does it come from, which page draws most traffic, and so on. I will explain all this to you. I will also show you exactly how I'm making my backlinks, a lot of backlinks, and it's also very easy to do it. I'm using Tumblr. I will show you how you can create blog on Tumblr that will get a lot of followers very easy and very fast. And these followers will simply help you a lot in making your backlinks. I will explain you what a backlink is if you don't know. I will cover everything from the most basic term, from the most basic setting up to the everything that I'm doing on the high-end spectrum. So thank you for considering this course. See you inside.